Because whether you like it, what Carl and Mike are saying or not, sex robots are coming.
Look out.
It's technology and it's sex.
And you might as well accept it and
embrace
it and clean out that third bedroom and make space for it. Because you're going to need to play
It's not going to be like gym equipment.
Leave your cranky horniness at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome, Carl and Mike. I'm Carl.
I'm Mike.
We're here in beautiful Dallas, Texas for another adventure with Carl and Mike. Speaking of adventures, so last week we talked about the sex robots. So they're saying it'll be better in bed than real humans by 2050. We're going to have, do you think we'll have sex, not just sex tourism, but we'll have sex robot marriage and prostitution? Did you actually see yourself marrying a robot?
Just the sex robots enough. You got to start out with something. You're not going to pair off with it and actually get married. Who's doing this?
If you're having a great sex with a robot,
I hope this is the Japanese.
They have unique interests.
I want something that's done well.
You don't want a South Korea, Samsung, blow up the battery.
And sure don't want a Chinese one. No, or Vietnam.
Not want a Chinese sex robot.
No.
What about a made in America? It can be too Puritan.
Yeah.
Probably too Puritan if it's made in America. You want the kind of Thailand meets Japan.
You don't want a shaker sex robot. You don't want that. You're not after that. You don't want a Mormon sex robot.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the Mormons do. Maybe there are certain Mormons that want Mormon robot sex.
What would be different with Mormon robot sex?
They'd wear the holy underwear.
It's all the holy underwear.
Yeah, you'd have to have that. But seriously, and I'm not sure that I would want German robot sex. You will do what I tell you.
Well, some people are into that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Be spanked by a robot.
That whole thing, though, that's bizarre. And we were talking about what does it say about our society that there's a market for
robot sex?
Robot sex.
It says we're adventurous. Well, you're saying it's a moral failing on our society to want robot sex?
Or have we bought in too deep on technology solving all our problems?
Well, let's talk about how technology could improve sex. Okay, so what I'm understanding is this robot sex is going to have the ability to remember and get better and better based on the experiences they have with us. Yeah, that kind of gets you intrigued right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, okay. Please tell me more.
Well, in other words, they're going to get to anticipate your movements, if you will, or things you like. You could program it in there. You're going to have all these choices, things you like.
Now, we're not making this shit up, people. We read an article on the NetWeb, so you know it's true.
If you want nipple biting, you'd be able to press a button for that, right? And then that little robot's going to do that.
And then that robot pop out some nipples you need to, bite on?
They'll bite on your nipple.
What if two's not enough? Will it grow a third one?
It could.
A bitch tit.
You could have several nipples.
Yeah.
If you're into that.
It'll look like a cat. Or a dog.
Oh, you're saying the robot has more nipples.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want to bite on the nipple.
You want the robot biting your nipple.
That's what I'm saying. You'll be able to program that. See,
is it a
some
soft
people
nipple
aren't
or
into
is it
that.
a hard bite?
Yeah. And then you'll be able to dial it up. How much of the nipple biting, how hard do you want the nipple
biting?
What
if it runs out of juice as it bites down and it can't let go because it doesn't have any more juice? So then you're like, you got this thing latched onto your
nipple? No. Worse things could happen.
Are these going to be solar powered, or are you going to have to keep buying batteries? Yeah, because I'm tired of buying batteries for shit.
Well, we're looking another 10 years in the future, let's say. So I think that problem's going to be solved, the battery problem.
Okay, so we'll probably have solar panels on our roof that are running the.
Then you're also going to have Robot 1.0. It's going to be different than Robot 3.0.
How so?
Now, my question to you is: are you going to be able to hold off buying 1.0 to wait for 2.0? Because it'll be better.
No, you bought the first iPhone,
you want
right?
The kinks?
You're going to buy the second.
If I wanted to buy the first robot.
Are the robot people? Are they going to be like Apple, and every once a year they come out with a new improved, and they've got who would be the
right, because
head.
The first one might bite on your nipple too hard.
Yeah.
But 2.0, just right.
Oh.
You're going to have all these little programmable things based on what you
And you'll
like.
have to update software, and you'll have downloads that'll fix
Right.
the nipple biting problem,
Right.
and
you'll be
stuff
able
like
to
that.
cue the language and all that.
Yeah.
You'll have a little knob there, nasty versus titillating, depending on your mood.
Then they're probably going to release the operating system for people to develop apps, right? So
Yes,
there will be
there'll
app
apps
develop.
for that. That'll be for the more kinky. When you want to turn your little Ronda robot.
You know what? The app,
like that,
the
Ronda
app,
robot.
The app developers will turn their back on everything else. There will be I'm not writing apps for anything but these robots.
Well, there'll be a strong market, yes.
I guess it would be a strong market.
But,
Holy crap.
And there'll be societal arguments, or it's just the lack of human, what is it to be a human, and why isn't human good enough? And what happens if the robot gives you better sex than a human?
You miss work. You drive off into a ditch.
There's all sorts of possible questions here. What happens, so you got Ronda Robot 1.0, and then Vanessa Robot 2.0 comes out. You're going to get rid of 1.0.
Craigslist.
Exactly. Are you willing to buy a used sex robot? You could
Depends
say.
on it depends on what the costs are. I mean, if you can get a used Ronda for like a third the cost.
I don't think I'm buying a used sex robot.
You're not going to buy a
Well,
used
maybe I
Ronda?
sit out there in the backyard with a high-powered washer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you get the robot. Amazon drops off the robot. You unpack it. You're going to have to air it out because it's not good. You're going to have to
I'm
air
washing.
it out in the backyard.
I'm power
you hang
washing.
It, you
I
hang it
want
up. You're going to
Ronda
power
robot
wash it.
power washed.
Yeah.
Come on, because that's just nasty.
Well, maybe they're interchangeable parts or plug and play. Do you think there'd
What do
be
you
some
mean?
plug and play? Well,
So you're saying Ronda robot could become Robert robot?
well, with the strap on? I don't know. No, I mean the parts.
I think for
the parts are
economical,
interchangeable.
you could pop out the vajayjay.
Yeah,
Pop
a
in
new one in.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
I
maybe
don't
that
know.
part. You're saying that part is.
It could be.
So it's like a disposable each one.
Yeah.
So
You screw
a
on
robot comes with 10 vajayjays.
I don't know. You screw. It depends on which package you buy.
So I hadn't thought about that. So you're
Yeah.
saying you just take out the part.
For all
What if
you
you're having-
entrepreneurs out there, you need to be paying attention to what we're doing because this is like pure thought
This is the
leadership. I
stuff-
mean,
yeah.
this whole episode is one big circle jerk
Yes.
of thought leadership.
Well,
I mean,
and,
it's
and
just
business opportunities.
and business
here.
opportunities.
Because you got to
yes.
figure out how you're going to do this.
Yeah, you're gonna have, and these are things we're throwing out. They're
Because
free.
I think possibly maybe you buy the robot and it's just kind of metallic thing.
Your
but then
base-
you get the skins.
yeah.
And,
Every month
and
you
I
get
like
a different skin.
The Dollar Shave Club. It's
Oh,
like
the
every
Dollar
month
Shave Club.
you
Yes.
get a redhead.
Yes.
Then you get a brunette. You know what
Woo.
I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
Or for an extra, if the actor and actress is willing to do it, you get the
Now-
Charlie Shoes.
Now we're just talking about female robots. We're mainly, but for you women out there, there would be male robots. You bought the round the world package every month from a different continent. There's a gentleman that shows up, a gentleman's skin that shows up for your robot if you're a woman, or if if you're gay.
You're saying a skin,
There's
so you
nothing
just
wrong
kind of
with that.
zip it up.
Yeah, or Velcro something. Yeah, there's some sort of zzz, and then you're off with Jose. You're off with it could be Pierre
See, because guys do like the visual.
or Olaf.
So you do want.
Yeah.
Well, and you have different language and all that. You pop in the cassette.
Oh,
the
and
cassette,
then
you pop in the chip. So
whoa,
So
would
Jose
you have
speaks-
Bluetooth
you got your
earbuds where you hear
Portugal
the
lover.
hear the translation or
No,
you
they
don't want the
speak it.
translation.
They speak your language with the accent.
Yeah.
Don't you want
No.
the Sophia Loren Italian?
Well, yeah, that would be good, but then there might be something good where you really don't know what they're saying. You're just kind of trying to
I think
read
that'd
body
be
language.
that'd be an audio track thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you could do it all
Oh.
sorts of different ways.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right. You can
And
have
so you think of
whatever-
them as Barbie dolls. They're going to have to be clothes, so that's an opportunity for somebody to do skins and clothes and
It is like a big Barbie doll.
leather gear.
And I'm
for
sure Barbie will be one of the top sellers.
Oh man, a full
You're
scale
gonna get to
Barbie.
fuck Barbie.
Oh man,
Yeah, you'll never leave home. Gee, what do I want to do tonight?
Barbie
Watch a
or a
movie
Ken?
or get it on with
oh,
Barbie?
could you do like a clowns?
Clowns? No, I don't want
a
any.
clown outfit.
Oh, that's horrible.
Huh? No.
Oh, you're being
Different outfits, just
Huh?
outfits. Around not Thanksgiving,
wanna be
but around Halloween. There, you might want to hump a pirate. So you get the pirate outfit in. Seriously.
I'm sure
Christmas.
there'll be people that will want to
Christmas.
hump a pirate. Not me. I personally am not going to want
Christmas,
to hump a
don't you want to hump Mrs. Claus?
pirate. No.
No?
I don't. I don't want to hump Mrs. Claus.
This Mrs. Claus looks like Bridget Bardot.
Okay, well, that's not even. I want to call her Mrs. Claus. I would call her Bridget. And for the kids out there, I don't think they're going to know who Bridget Bardot is. Who would be the equivalent of Bridget Bardot today? We don't really have an equivalent.
I'm not sure that we have one. For their age?
They don't really have the sex. Sex pots were the right word, but the Bridget Bardots.
They don't. I
don't
hadn't
have
thought
that
about
today.
that. They don't have that.
Who is that? Lady Gaga? No.
Beyonce? Would they be? No.
No,
The-
'cause
no, I was
Bridget
just
Bardot
talking-
didn't sing or dance or
Yeah.
anything. She just was known.
Look
I guess
fabulous.
models.
Models, yeah, you'd have models, I guess, but the
But who's
models
the most
now are
famous
just
model?
like
name
too
the,
skinny.
Name the most famous model.
Model right now? I don't
You
know.
don't
I don't
even
pay
know.
attention to that. I'm
Exactly.
not buying those
They're not
clothes.
that attractive.
Yeah.
They're kind of semi-anorexic.
Could you get a dirt hippie?
A
You
what?
get a dirt hippie model.
Yeah, you can get
If you
anything.
really,
If you're feeling Burning Man-like,
yeah.
Burning Man sex.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to have all of that. But the programmable part, I think the individualization part, it'll open up problems and it'll open up non-problems. The addiction possibility is really, yeah, I think
You think?
that is a concern.
Oh, people.
But there wouldn't be STDs.
Huh?
You wouldn't have STD
Well, it
problems.
depends on how well you hose it down when you get your model
Well,
from
you could do
Craigslist.
robot sex orgies where everybody brings their robot and
Oh.
you swing. Ooh,
Could you let your robot hump somebody else's robot?
yeah.
And you could watch?
Watch robot sex? No.
You could watch
I have no
robot
interest
sex.
I would want to participate in it. You could
Yeah.
have two robots. I like the idea of swinging. Everybody brings their own robot.
That would be an interesting party.
How are the wives going to go for this?
Well,
what do you think
the wives have got their own. I mean, it's not just. Let's face it. The market for this is men.
It is.
Is not going to be women. This is another one of those conference rooms where a bunch of people sit around a table. My guess, most of them are going to be men, and they're going, "Okay, who's the market? Everybody in favor of men. Everybody raises their hand."
There'll
and then they're
be
off.
women as well, but I don't think as enthusiastic. I could be wrong.
Birth rates will drop.
Will there be jealousy? Because sometimes I remember, not as much, but in the beginning, my wife was not jealous of me being on the computer.
What happens
but I
when the
was
robots start
attention.
to learn and start to get artificial intelligence and they go, I don't want to have sex with this carbon unit. I want this other robot over here. I like him better because I can have as much as I want. This guy wears out at some point, and I'm going, I didn't get enough. I need more. So the female robot's
You mean
going,
we could actually get turned down by your robot?
oh, man, that would be,
That would be downer.
Oh.
That'd be a downer day.
whoa, that would be a downer day.
Yes.
Rejected by your robot.
Yeah.
It's not just
You're
a
not-
robot,
sorry,
your
you're not gonna-
robot.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be loyal like a dog. Don't you think they'll be loyal like a dog?
Dogs
'Cause
will
they're-
bite your hand sometimes.
But a robot it's programmed around you.
Well, like a dog. I don't want the robot humping my leg.
No.
No, you don't want that.
Unless you sign up.
And maybe that's part of it. Yeah.
You see, it's the thing is, here's the problem with human beings.
And
You
we
give us-
have multiple.
And we have. Let's say I have no interest in let's say I have no interest in being spanked.
Yeah.
But I have a knob. I have a choice. And maybe this is a guy thing, but I think it's a human thing. If you give me choices, there's gonna be some Wednesday where
I
gonna-
haven't flipped that switch. Let's flip that switch.
I just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like switch.
I've never thought like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's dangerous because that could get you into things that you never would have gotten into normally. But if you give the options are there, the guys are going to try the option. It's like if you have a knob and it says 1 is this and 10 is most intense, at some point you're going to work your way over to 10 just to see what it's like.
You get all the way to 10, and then what happens is the robot goes, oh, you've reached level 10. There's a
Exactly.
whole new module here that you can go that's levels 11 through 15, and then you're going to go,
Let me put on my spike underwear.
yeah.
There is that element of conquering that I think is inherently human. So we're going
Could
to
you
want
make this a game? it's not just your robot, but you then submit your robot to the game, and then you get a app that comes down. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, and you're running around town looking for these other
Looking for
robots.
underwear?
And when you find one,
Well, how about this?
they've got a special thing that
how
they
about
do.
you start making it social media a sex robot, so you can compete with your friends.
Oh, here's
So
thought
I
leadership.
go, hey, Michael,
Yeah.
I lasted 9 minutes and 17 seconds with my sex robot on number 5, and you've got to try to beat that.
You know what that is right now? We could do that. A bogus Facebook site. I'm serious. A bogus sex, yeah.
Don't you think you could have competition?
Yeah.
How long can you go? All right? You can see if you can beat my score.
Until you black out. I don't know.
I banged Ronda Robot for
Yeah.
9 minutes straight at this level of intensity. You have to try to top it. See? You can play with your friends.
Yeah.
And they can be in different rooms or different homes.
It's kind of like World of Warcraft or
It'd be.
whatever that. Like you're competing against people in Germany.
Yeah, for like being the top dog. So to
Yeah.
speak. You know, you could test longevity and stamina and thrusting power. The possibilities are endless, is what I'm saying, with robot sex. Just like anything, technology opens the door to possibilities we never even thought of. Though we're doing a pretty good job of thinking of right
Yeah.
now.
I think the game thing. I
The
think it's
game
got
aspect
really it
brings
could
that
be
aspect of
possibilities.
sex, yeah.
And the monthly packages, I think, and the upgrade in software.
And
you know,
the different variation opportunities.
Yeah. Now, this would probably not be based in Silicon Valley. Where would this be? I tell you where it'd be based. It would be where I think it's Chatsworth in northern Los Angeles, where all the porn's made. That's the suburb that it'll all come out of. The
I
sex
mean, the
robots.
construction of the things?
Yeah. No, I don't want to
want
do that
Japan.
because that would be kind of sleazy.
Yeah.
We don't want anything sleazy.
No.
We,
Sex robot. We want it pure and clean.
I mean, that gets back to the shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it needs to be the Japanese.
So, for variation, a little Amish sex.
It needs to be the
interesting.
Japanese, but you know what? The Chinese are going to flood the market with cheap versions
Right.
that
But I'm holding
you know
out.
that short circuit or do something or
Right.
it's
They're
like
copies of copies.
yeah, copies of copies that are never even remotely satisfying.
So you're already developing a level of connoisseur around your sex robot.
Oh, there's going to be robots
Well, that's
for the
gonna cost you a little
1%
bit more.
versus robots for the masses. You're going to want a 1% robot.
But you're not going to be able to afford it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the little brothel, the sex robot brothel, where you can get 1%.
1%er, but
sex
you're going to pay for
experience.
it. You get
Yeah,
a
but
1% experience, but see,
but
then
you're
everything after that is not going to be satisfying. Once you have robot sex with the 1%, the BMW 7 Series, basically, okay,
Basically, yes. You're
Or the
saying you're not
Tesla
going to be
or
able to
the-
go back to home
or
to
the
your
Jag.
to your little Susie
Or
robot.
the no,
it doesn't really do that
no.
much.
Once you have Jag robot sex or BMW robot sex, you're not going to want to go home and climb into the Pinto. You're just not going to want to do it. You just see what I'm saying?
Like how you
Or the
do.
Chevy. You're
Well,
just
what is
not
the-
going to want.
Well, I think you do.
No.
I think you're going to. I think it's a Thursday night,
But it-
and you were watching a little
Reruns of NYPD Blue or
yeah,
something.
exactly, or something, and you saw that little babe.
Andy Griffin.
Not Andy Griffin, no.
Gilligan's
little
Island.
babe.
Okay, Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, you saw Ginger.
Yeah.
And else it's Thursday.
Yeah.
And there's the little Pinto.
Yeah. And you're
You're
going,
gonna pop a Pinto.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
but,
just gonna
but
say.
then what happens is you go, yeah, but that
BMW.
Gina, yeah, that
Robot.
Lamborghini model, that
Yeah,
Italian.
That fully immersive.
Oh.
Just needed me all over. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
And then what happens
But
is
what do you do? What do you do though? Think
you
about
take
it.
a second mortgage out. You take a second mortgage out, and by the
How do you
1%.
talk the
But
wife
you know
into
what's
that?
going to happen? Huh?
Honey, I'm second
they're-
mortgaging the house.
she left
for-
so long ago.
She's gone.
Oh God, she left. She left
Oh.
after about 1.2. She's gone. She went off with her own robot somewhere. She's living down in,
So
Costa
we're all
Rica.
divorced, is
So,
what you're saying.
no, it's all single shit. So, But yeah,
No,
then
I
you
think
get
you're
the
missing
second
some what
mortgage.
guys do.
Huh?
You-
But
if
your
you-
friends are going to want to come over and take a ride. They're going to want to. They can't
If you
afford.
have 1% sex,
you have
absolutely.
more. They're going to want to ride,
They're going to want to, hey, can I borrow?
and that could be a way
Borrow.
that you help pay for the extra cost of the
that
1%
in your second
robot
mortgage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Assuming you had a house, because I think your wife's probably going to get the house.
You're going to have to
could be
do
living in a
something because
flat.
you're not going to be spending any time at the office because you're going to be at home with Gina.
Does it get boring at some point? Do you get bored with it? Can you
I
have
can't imagine
too
that
much
happening.
sex where you just go, I don't, I'm tired of sex.
Then what happens?
You take some days off or something. I mean, maybe it gets too much. You get,
And you never want it again?
I don't know. Could that happen? It hasn't so far, but I'm saying
No.
we haven't had the level of smart sex that we are possibly going to have in the future.
Well, at that point, I think probably what you do is you do some sort of webinars on smarter sex, and you sell modular packages to people that are kind of in the same level, trying to get them. Or you have a podcast.
There you go. Now, do you think people listening to this podcast are going to think these are just dirty old men?
Oh, we're gonna have a jump on this one.
There's gonna be
if
a
we don't have a
backlash?
no, well, backlash would be good. Whiplash.
Any kind of lashing.
Any kind of
would be
lashing would be good. Lash
See, we're
us.
going to come off as dirty
Whip
old
us,
men
beat
here.
us.
No,
make
we're
us-
not coming as dirty off men, but we're just telling you what's coming down the pike here. Because whether you like it, what Carl and Mike are saying or not, sex
Yeah.
robots are coming.
Look
It's-
out.
It's technology and it's sex.
And you
Do I need
might-
to say
you might as
two
well
things we
accept it
love?
and-
embrace.
Embrace it and clean out that third bedroom and make space for it. Because you're going to need to play.
It's not going to be like gym equipment. It's not something you're going to use once. This is something
Oh,
you're going
no.
to use over
No.
and over again.
to the point where you get fired. They're going to go, what happened to, your boss is going to say, well, no, your boss may be at home too. Nobody
That's the point. They
goes
say-
to the
but
office.
They say the technology is going to get to the point where humans don't have to work.
If you're not working, then how are you buying the Wheaties and grapes, and what are you using to buy that?
I don't know how it all works.
We're going to get back to the barter system. You find somebody that has chickens in their backyard and you want the eggs, so you're saying, okay, Bob, I'm giving you 15 minutes with Gina. And he says, I'll give you a dozen eggs. And you go, okay, fine, cool.
So really, you're saying
And you
if you
eat
want to
for a
have the
couple of
ultimate
days.
bartering thing, you want to get a sex robot because you can barter all sorts of things for one
Is there
thing.
anything that you
Like,
can't
I'd
buy?
rather have if you have chickens,
Is
because
there
I'm maybe not in the
anything
mood for
that you
eggs, but I'm
can't
never not in the mood for
buy
sex.
with outrageous sex?
No.
There you go.
So if you're in the bartering economy, you have the 1% sex robots.
Yeah, no, I think you need to plow into that one. Well, you need to take the jump in the beginning. You start off with the 1% sex.
So just so people aren't crazy, we'll have some links in the Mighty Fine show notes
Yeah.
about some of these.
We're
sex
not making
robots.
it shut up.
Yeah, it's coming, folks.
Yeah.
We're
In
just
fact,
preparing you.
what you need, it's going to be kind of like Tesla's. You need to go on and get on their waiting list now.
Yeah.
Because the waiting list is going to be full of billionaires and millionaires and sheiks and drug lords, and everybody's going to be buying this shit. And probably be some pimps that'll be in line for about 10 of them.
So they'll have pimp sex robots. You buy a
Sure.
bunch of them.
Sure.
The higher end ones.
Yeah, I think
So the price
it'll
comes
start
down.
that. It'll start. Yeah, they'll start that way, and then the price will
Ah,
drop.
I'm a little leery of the first Walmart sex robot.
Are they going to have
What is that gonna
Walmart and
be?
Costco and Sam's sex robots? Do you really want? Those are going to be the Chinese ones. You don't
Give
going
me
to
the
want
Chinese
that.
ones.
No, you
Do
don't
not
want
want
that.
the Chinese ones.
No.
You're gonna be rip-off.
No,
copies.
that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Oh God, I
Well-
need to smoke a cigarette.
That was good for you. The thoughts
Again.
are.
Thought leadership. This episode was completely full of ideas. There's
on
multiple
how
ideas.
to take this sex robot
Yes.
thing and just run with it. There's, as you can see, from apps to personality to zipper bodies to disposable or removable.
It's free and it's
Sections.
there for the taking.
Just make sure to send the first sex
Yeah.
robot to Carl and Mike. CarlandMike.net.
and practice safe robot sex.
What would that be?
Power washer.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, there's your second gadget right there.
Yeah.
Get the little
Yeah.
power wash. You got to. Also, I do like the replaceable part. Just
Plug and
pop
play.
the thing right
Yeah.
out. Yeah. All right, folks. Have we done it again?
Oh God.
I'm not even gonna say peace because it doesn't seem appropriate.
Yeah. It does. Well, we
Does?
did anyway.
All right. Peace.
Out.